and it looked like new information has been revealed about Caitlyn Clark's future contract with the Indiana Fever.
Women's basketball standards have already been shaken to their core by Clark. But what if I told you her rookie contract is hiding a game-changing twist? The Indiana Fever just dropped explosive new details about her path forward, and it's far bigger than numbers. It's a massive statement for the WNBA. Could Clark shatter pay barriers and force the league to rewrite its own rulebook? This storyline centers on the WNBA's destiny rather than a single star. You'll soon understand why Clark's contract is sparking shockwaves across the sports landscape.
End of this video.
Keep telling everybody, Caitlyn Clark's new contract is already in the works, bruh. The Indiana Fever is not wasting no time with making sure they dot their I's and cross all the T's when it comes to keeping Caitlyn Clark on this Indiana Fever basketball team.
The Indiana Fever are feeling mounting pressure to lock in Clark's future with the franchise because her impact on the WNBA is simply undeniable. It's no secret that her rookie salary of just $76,535 is only a tiny fraction of what she truly deserves. The league is staring at a reality it has never faced before. One superstar generating more revenue, attention, and electricity than entire teams combined. Sources say they may be crafting a groundbreaking contract behind closed doors, according to fresh leaks from the Fever's camp. But the real problem is that they're hitting walls built by outdated league regulations.
And we know she's still on a rookie contract for the next couple years. But one thing I can tell you that I know definitively is that the organization is working on a massive contract for Caitlyn Clark's future contract.
The figures are... This season, Clark is responsible for a staggering 26% of all WNBA activity. Think about that. A rookie fresh out of college is single-handedly carrying more than a quarter of the league's revenue on her shoulders. 1 in every 6 tickets sold across the entire WNBA is tied directly to her name. She isn't just a player. She's a full-blown phenomenon, and the Fever know they cannot risk letting her slip away.
Now, we know Caitlyn Clark is ultimately going to be the person to yay or nay whatever solution they come up with. So they got to do everything in their best interest to get ahead of this thing way before it ever comes up. So word on the street is that the Indiana Fever is putting together proposals and putting together different things under the WNBA rules that they can for Caitlyn Clark's new contract.
This season alone, the Fever pulled in over 300,000 fans to their games. The first time any WNBA franchise has ever crossed that threshold. Merchandise sales have exploded by 500%, with Clark dominating the charts, her jersey vanishing from shelves faster than the league can refill them. And viewership, up a jaw-dropping 300%, with 45% of those fans tuning in specifically for Fever games. These numbers aren't just stats. They're a seismic shift in women's basketball.
All of this is about getting Caitlyn Clark's new contract done. They get her contract done, seal, and deliver the future of this organization.
However, here's the problem. Under the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement, no matter how much Clark is truly worth, the Fever are boxed into a system built long before a player of her magnitude ever existed. The current CBA caps rookie salaries and limits what teams can offer, meaning the absolute most Clark can earn is $241,000. An amount that looks painfully small compared to what she's generating. Clark knows it, the Fever know it, and the league knows it, yet the rules haven't budged, leaving everyone scrambling for solutions. According to the latest leaks, the Fever are exploring every possible avenue to keep her in Indianapolis. Creative incentives, performance bonuses, sponsorship tie-ins, anything they can dream up, but even those ideas feel like flimsy patches on a massive structural problem. The league's pay system is broken, and Clark's meteoric rise is exposing just how outdated it really is. And then there's the economic shock she's delivered to Indianapolis itself. Sources say her presence alone has pumped an estimated $36 million into the city, on par with hosting major events like the NCAA Final Four. Clark is electrifying the city, yet she's earning less than countless entry-level corporate roles. That gap is impossible to ignore, and it's fueling a long-overdue debate. Stack her 4-year, $338,000 rookie deal next to the NBA, and it looks downright absurd. Take Victor Wembanyama, the first pick in the 2024 NBA draft. He's pulling in $13 million in his first year alone, nearly 40 times Clark's entire rookie contract. The contrast is staggering and demands serious answers. Here is your rewritten passage. Same length, same meaning, but transformed into a far more intense, suspenseful, emotional, and gripping narrative for WNBA-focused YouTube content. I kept every detail but rebuilt the pacing and tone so it hits like a breaking news expose mixed with a sports industry thriller. The CBA expires in 2025, giving the Fever a tiny window to push for changes that would finally allow them to offer Caitlyn Clark a contract that reflects her actual value. But change moves slowly, and time is the one thing the Fever don't have. The longer this stalemate drags on, the greater the danger that Clark starts exploring other paths. Overseas leagues, rival organizations, or even stepping away from the WNBA entirely. And here's the part most people don't understand. Clark's rise isn't just about her. It's about what she represents for women's basketball. She's already proven there is a massive market for this sport, that fans will show up, spend money, and move culture when they're given a star worth rallying around. If the league can't adjust to that new reality, it risks losing the very momentum she created. Let's call it what it is. This is bigger than the WNBA. This is a sports issue, a cultural issue, a value issue. How is it possible that the player who has done more for the league than anyone in decades is earning less than the average American household income? Clark's situation is a microcosm of a larger crisis that demands immediate attention. The WNBA needs to secure Clark long-term, but they're stuck inside a system that wasn't built for athletes like her. Leaked conversations show the Fever scrambling, working around the clock to craft something, anything, that might convince her to stay. But the odds are stacked high. Unless the league itself steps in and restructures its rules, Indiana faces an uphill battle they cannot afford to lose. The next few years will determine not only Clark's future, but the entire trajectory of TH. Perhaps the most infuriating reality is how glaringly obvious it is that the league must overhaul its compensation system. Talents like Clark, players who could elevate the sport to unprecedented heights, are being boxed in by a structure built for parity and cautious finances. Imagine the explosion of talent if the WNBA truly invested in its stars. Higher pay fueling better performance, creating a surge in viewership and soaring profitability. Yet short-term thinking keeps choking long-term potential. Time is slipping away, not just for Clark, whose rookie contract is on the brink, but for the league itself, which must prove it can champion its icons. The Fever are straining every effort to retain her, but the current system ties their hands. If the WNBA doesn't act now, it risks losing the very players who could redefine it. Caitlyn Clark's story is bigger than basketball. It's where raw talent, unmatched marketability, and outdated processes collide in a tense drama of opportunity and resistance. The coming years will determine not only Clark's legacy but the fate of the WNBA itself. One thing is certain. The league knows the fever surrounding Clark, and soon the entire sports world will feel it. She is not just a player. She is a movement, a force of nature that commands attention.